discussed with us a little bit that I found very interesting, and Dustin and I talk about a lot, is quantum in the upcoming Q day, right? And all the things that that's going to apply to cybersecurity. Now, I'm probably a caveman with this opinion, but whenever we have clients come to us and say, well, I have to be ready for quantum, it's going to destroy all of our encryption. My immediate response was,
True.
where is your super cold fridge? Right? Where is, because all these quantum computers need like close to absolute zero kind of levels of coldness. And we can create this whole, simulated quantum computer. Cool. I can also simulate really cool Photoshop pictures of me looking buff. Awesome. That's not the same as actually performing quantum. Um, do you think with what we see out there, right? And I'm saying that's my opinion. I'm probably wrong, whatever. From what you're seeing, because you do a lot of work with a lot of different clients and you see a lot of different perspectives while you're doing with this. What is your opinion on quantum? Do you think Q day is closer than most people realize, further than they realize? And what is the biggest thing that you find interesting about it as it's coming down the pipe? And also when's it
So,
going to happen?
oh, if I could predict that,
Right.
that would be
Right.
amazing. So, I have actually family and extended family that work at like EPFL and ETH in Switzerland. And so like this sort of quantum stuff is really super interesting to me and always has been. Wish my dad was still around to see this happening because it was sort of his like special interest too. So I wish I could predict quantum. I can't. I do believe, though, that within cybersecurity and within product and specifically, we can help people just get ready. I think it's a multi-step process. There's stuff you can do beforehand, so you're ready. And then I think there's a whole opportunity sort of post-quantum, right?
Hmm.
For me, when I think of quantum and I look at it from a cybersecurity product management lens, is that do people even have an inventory of that? Like of their data, their
No.
certificates? Like,
Yeah.
so step one, let's make it super
Yeah.
base.
Yeah.
So why don't we just help them do that? And then once they have that inventory, which I think that's going to take up a lot of time, we might
Hmm.
be waiting,
Great.
couple of years. But like, what are your certificates? What are your systems? Where's your data? Then the ones that matter, can you secure them? This is the other thing, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
They're just spread all over. We see this like, oh yeah, a certificate over here, and I think I've keys over here, and people don't know. Or it's that one engineer that knows everything, and like, so if he decides to retire, no one knows where to find it. So step
Mhm.
one is sort of like taking an approach, I think, in cybersecurity and I think in product management. I see this as my burden, sort of a quantum safety roadmap of like, can you inventory first? Can you secure that inventory and even restrict access, right? Because that's the other thing. Someone's going to want to get at that. And then are people going to take the time to classify? Like,
Right.
I think the assets or the information that is most at risk, right, is that long term stuff, the stuff that you need for next 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then you're coming up against Q day. Like if this is not going to be relevant in a year, I don't think you got to worry about like inventorying it, classifying it, and then really think about like what are the big what's going to, because the assumption that it's going to break everything, that I don't believe is true, and you guys are actually better technical people around that. It's going to break some things. You're going to have to worry about TLS and VPN and signing, SSO and stuff like that. But man, if you inventory now, if you have good, I would say like hygiene, right? If you start doing the work now, but there's like, not that I'm aware of that there's any software that's doing that or would enable people to do that.